It's the second Daily Choice, guys. Welcome back to the Mini Matters Daily Choice, where we give you the best of the week, of the tags, of our Instagram. There you go. No intro on this one. I might have to do a Daily Choice intro, actually.
My daughter just said to me, "Oh, Daddy, do you do the hello and welcome to our channel?" Because they've started watching all the YouTube as well now.
Yeah.
The YouTube, that sounded odd. They started watching that sort of stuff, the channels that they follow, and there's always these kids like, "Hello, welcome back to our channel."
They've got that fixed thing, haven't they?
Yeah. And I said, "Dad, do you do that?" No, I don't do that. I leave that stuff to Jamie.
Yeah, I don't want to belittle myself with making a fool.
Yeah, I'm not going to lower myself down to that standard. That's Jamie's job.
Well, I mean, I did put together that video of all the intros I've done. Well, not all the ones. Some of them were too bad to even put on there. And I mean, it completely bombed. It got like 4 views or something, which I was happy about. But it was more like self-reflection that I could do. Anyway, Daily Matter Mini Choice. This is our first one.
Second one. Oh, what? First.
Sorry, yes. Yeah. First one from the Daily Choice.
Yeah, so once again, I went through the hashtag this week and I found 3 pieces from 2 artists. There's a artist who's featured twice. That first artist is at Feral Painter, and this is his first piece here. Unfortunately, my phone has died, so I can't double check who's done the sculpt and who produces the bust. But the first thing that stood out to me is obviously the quality of this piece. The flesh tones, the lighting, it's all been captured really well. It's a fairly understated bust. However, the painter has made a really good job bringing it to life.
Yeah, I don't envy the painter. She's obviously a Hispanic woman, I'm assuming, from the skin tones. And okay. I don't know, I assume in the thick black or brown hair. Yeah, this, I think that person is brave, whoever did this, because that's my nightmare, actually. Painting a female bust. I like the robin because I think I could paint that. Yeah, the rest. So yeah, I'm pleased.
I think as well with other busts where they're sci-fi or fantasy, you can focus on certain elements or use certain tricks, can't you, to add some interest to the piece. But when you've got a fairly
there's no
standard piece like this, where there's the sculpt itself is just like life art. Life sculpture observation, it's very difficult to do a good job. There's no hiding behind tricks.
No.
And I think it shows here that they're obviously a very accomplished painter in my view, because I think it's been beautifully painted.
Yeah. I'm never going to be jealous. That's my new motto. Don't be jealous. Just enjoy it for what it is. Art shouldn't, the violin's pretty cool as well, actually.
Yeah.
The woods.
I'm only saying that because I'm trying to think, is it a violin? You're right, in terms of the size.
Yeah, pretty sure it is. So this is Feral Painter as well?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. He likes his women. No offence.
So well, Feral Painters use the hashtag quite a lot, actually. I say he, I keep defaulting that. They are a very good painter, but I selected these 2 because there aren't that many busts featured on our hashtag. Once again, similar thing, however, playing heavily into the sci-fi or the fantasy here, whereby you can use bizarre colors, saturated colors, and you're not relying so much on rendering it realistically. Once again, I like this the color palette choice here punches you when you're scrolling through. It jumped out, and then once you take a closer look at it, you can see obviously the lights and the blends and the refinement is brilliant. Is really nicely done.
I agree. I also like tits, and I also like female models. I had other stuff to say, but I didn't. I was going to say I like the greens, but
that's it. You had other stuff to say, but that's what came out first.
Yeah, well, it really was.
That's what made it through the filter.
Well, I did. The thought process was like, I really like the greens and the purples, and then I was like, and I've painted my elder, the big statue, with that green and that like sort of turquoisey thing, and I was like, shit, how could I fit red in there? Because it's so. But controlling red actually is really difficult without it going pink, right? Like, and there's not a hint of pink here.
I was about to say that actually it's very difficult to get that level of saturation and contrast with red.
Might have to
Because
leave a comment there, Mr. Ferrar, if you are so inclined. I'm not asking for a recipe, obviously, but I'd be curious to know. I mean, by the looks of it, it's more of a white. But obviously, if you're doing a white, it has to be a pink, right? But there's almost a touch of orange in there, maybe.
I'm wondering whether it's more for pastel orange
Pastel.
against the red.
Yeah, that's what I would have picked as well. I think I've got a few. Oh no, too far. Sorry. And that's just the back of them, which isn't particularly helpful. Yeah, but I do really like it. So Fair Dinghams. It reminds me of basically Hellboy's wife.
Also, the way the horn has been painted, it actually does look like bone or horn. So once again, the attention to rendering different materials
Nice.
is good.
It's good. Yeah, it is actually good. Yeah. Here we are. I just want to take an opportunity to try and say this name. Oh, it's really easy. Okay. That's disappointing. Shadow of Colours. Except they're American because of colours. Spelling. Colors instead of COL.
Yeah, but is that unique to the States, or do other countries drop the U? I think we're the only ones who have the U.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the language of English, and you spell English with it. Yeah.
The ability for us to go off topic with you.
That's why this show's special, Lionel. That's why people love us. That's why we get people on the street going up to us and just throwing dust or flour on us. Anyway, Shadow of Colours spelt with a 4 for the A is very nice. I really try hard to not look at the models when I download it. I kind of do this when I click, so that it's a nice surprise when I get here. I've also got this new extension that lets me download Instagram, because I used to have to right click on it and inspect. Anyway, so I'm looking at this for the first time, and I didn't realise that she was hugging a dead man. I really like it. I really, really like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just looked at the post. It looks like this is a 3D print. So it's produced by a company that obviously produces STL files, and then the individuals printed this off and painted it. But not only, once again, the quality of paint and the way it's been painted is really nice, but obviously I'm not too sure how much of this model comes in the print and how much of it is obviously being built as a diorama. Clearly she does, and I would suspect the knights or the fallen knights near her do as well. But obviously the rest of the base and the background and the 3D tree, I'm making the presumption is something that they have built themselves to set the ambience and create a narrative.
Brilliant.
And it just fits. And it fits so.
I think the dead people must be, because otherwise, why would you have a model hugging a bloke's head?
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole scene. Well, we've got more photos, so keep talking.
Yeah, so essentially, like I said, it fits the ambience in terms of she's bewitched them, or she's drained. She's obviously used her beauty or attraction to draw them in, and then kill them. But once again, I'm not usually drawn to fairly desaturated pieces. I'm usually drawn to saturated, but clearly the mood this desaturated piece gives off fits the mood of the piece. And obviously the one, I would say, the one piece of clear saturation is the red dress, and that's obviously to make her the focus of the piece. But I really like it, and even the background, with the background being slightly faded, to give that air of mist or fog. It's just a nice narrative.
Well, the shadow
piece.
was pretty tight as well, wasn't it? There.
Yeah.
That is good. Yeah. I'm assuming that she's a necromancer of some capacity, because they've got glowing green eyes, would be my guess. But it's interesting that she's an elf. I didn't think many elves were. I suppose dark elves. She just doesn't look that dark, does she? She's wearing red.
I think, yeah, but well, the pale skin tones.
Yeah. And in theory, all elves. Elves don't really go on sunbathing, do they? I do really, really like it. Yeah, I think if it had a bit more like advanced technology, maybe from the year 40,000, like a guardian gun, maybe some elder sort of thing. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's great. I'm happy that Shadows of Colour did this and submitted it for us too, because I never would have seen it otherwise.
Like I said, it's quite a nice surprise actually going through the hashtag, because
Yeah.
there's already a wide variety of pieces from different styles, which is really enjoyable to look at, and then obviously share them with the community and talk about. But there are some, once again, it just reminds you there are some great painters out there
who aren't us. Now, you could take that comment either way. You could be like, that's him being arrogant and he thinks he's a great painter. Or it could be like the narrative of, we know we're not. That's why they can't be us. But anyway, it's been really good. Yeah, thanks again, guys. And I think people like to say, if you tickle it and stroke it, the subscribe button, the like button, and leave a comment. That would be much appreciated.
And once again, if you got work to share, please remember to use hashtag Mini Matters Daily Choice on Instagram and Facebook. And that way we'll be able to select your pieces and share them with the community.
I'm going to have to put that on here, on like in full display on this square thing, the screen. See you later.